Hey everyone, so let's talk about one of the biggest, most frustrating parts of making a 2D game, animation. Today, we're diving into a tool called Spriter Pro, and we're going to see how it can help you bring your ideas to life way faster. You know the feeling, right? You've got this incredible idea for a game buzzing in your head. You can see it all, the characters, the world, and then you hit that wall. The thought of hand drawing every single frame of animation is just, it's enough to make you want to give up before you even start. And yeah, that feeling has a name. It's the animation bottleneck. It's a huge problem that pretty much every indie dev runs into. Whether you're flying solo or you're on a small team, creating smooth, good-looking animation just eats up an unbelievable amount of time. Now look, don't get me wrong, frame-by-frame animation is a beautiful art form, but let's be real, it is incredibly demanding. You need a ton of time and some serious artistic skill, and that can be a massive barrier to entry if you're just trying to get your amazing game idea out into the world. So, what if you could just skip that whole bottleneck? Well, that's exactly where something like Spriter Pro comes into the picture. It was literally built from the ground up to solve this one huge problem. Seriously, the whole point of Spriter Pro is to let anyone, and I mean anyone, regardless of your art background, create really slick, professional-looking 2D animations. We're talking characters, menus, special effects, the whole shebang, and you can do it efficiently. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does it actually do that? What's the secret sauce? It sounds a little like magic, I know. So let's pull back the curtain and see what really makes Spriter tech. It all comes down to a really clever idea called modular animation. So instead of drawing your character in 100 different poses, you just draw each body part one time. You draw an arm, a leg, a head, a torso, and that's it. These become your building blocks. And when you compare the two methods, it's just night and day. The old way means a new drawing for every tiny movement. It takes forever. But with Spriter's modular way, you're just moving and rotating the pieces you already made. It's so much faster, it's more flexible, and you end up needing way less art to begin with. But that's not the only trick up its sleeve. The other key technique is called skeletal animation, and honestly, this is where it gets really fun. The absolute best way to think about it is to imagine your character isn't a flat drawing anymore. Instead, think of it as a digital puppet. And it's way easier than it sounds. It's basically just 3 simple steps. First, you build a really simple bone skeleton inside the program. Then you just attach your art pieces, your arm, your leg, to the right bones. And third, and this is the really cool part, you animate by moving the bones. The art just follows along, creating this super smooth, natural motion. Okay, so that's the theory. It all sounds pretty great on paper. But what's it actually like to use in the real world? To figure that out, let's take a look at an honest user review from someone who's already put it through its paces. And this right here is a huge takeaway. The user pointed out that even as a complete beginner, they were able to pick it up pretty easily just by watching some tutorials online. And maybe more importantly, they said it was actually fun to use and, useful. But hey, no tool is perfect, right? It's important to get the whole picture. So the pros are clear. It's easy to learn and it's fun, especially if you're a hobbyist. But to be totally transparent, the user did mention one potential bug. They noticed that sometimes transparent parts of a character would turn solid after they saved and reopened a file. So, just something to keep in mind. All right, so let's say you're intrigued. You're thinking, okay, I want to try this out. So let's talk about the smartest, most efficient way to actually get Spriter Pro. First things first, and this is the big one, you probably shouldn't pay full price. Why? Because historically, this thing has seen discounts as high as 45% on Steam. A little bit of patience here can save you a whole lot of money. So here's the game plan. You're going to want to keep an eye out during those massive Steam sales like the summer sale or the winter sale. Also, and this is a huge bonus, if you buy the current Pro version, you get a free upgrade to Spriter 2 whenever it comes out. And don't forget, you can always use Steam's 2-hour refund window to test it out completely risk-free. Oh, and get this, on top of all that, the Pro version also throws in a bunch of free Essentials art packs. These are basically ready-to-use characters and pieces, so you can jump right in and start playing around with the software without even needing to draw anything yourself first. It's perfect for learning the ropes. So when you have tools like this that make animation so much more accessible, that huge wall that was standing in the way of your game dev dream, well, it starts to look a lot smaller, doesn't it? Which really only leaves one last, very exciting question.